Yes, sir. I think he's sorting out his feedback issue. I'm sure he'll clap back whenever he can. There we go.
I think a lot of that boys ball 27-30 pass. Execution on my part was my defense kept me in the game.
Are you going to be importing? Good call. Yeah. Yo. You're gonna have
This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
afternoon and welcome to a special edition of Press Pass Live. We're having a few little audio issues that kind of showing their face right as we're kind of getting started here, but we're going to work through them. We're going to get it figured out, and this should be a really good show. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be the first ever OMFL voluntary draft show that we've ever done. So this kind of came out a couple of weeks ago. Of course, there are a lot of leagues that every single season will restart every single Madden and force everyone to kind of put their name in the hat for a team draft. Now, we didn't want to do that here just because we have some long-standing rivalries. We try to get guys their favorite team just because there's more buy-in long-term. And so we put it out there to see what the league would think. And it was like a 50-50 split, maybe a little bit more towards not doing it. So instead of doing, a complete reset, we allowed it to be a voluntary draft that people could enter. And we got about 15 teams that said they'd do it, but only about 9 actually came through. So tonight we're going to do the lotto, NBA-style lottery, where using people's or teams' owners' winning percentage, we figured out exactly what their percentage would be to get the number one pick. They got that many balls, so to speak, in the draft. That order has already been done, and it's ready to go to be revealed. And we're using a website called draftpicklottery.com. This website is really, really, really great. So if you do things like this, go check out this website. $2 gets you like an emailed version of this, and it should be really good. I should have introduced myself. So I am your host, the commissioner of the OMFL, Nate, and then I've got 2 buddies with me. Smash, I know you're struggling, but Mr. Smash, he's got the feedback issue. He's trying to feedback. We still got it pretty bad. And then we got Mr. Rob with the Patriots, who's actually in this draft. So how are both of you guys doing today?
I'm great.
I'm doing all right. I'm looking forward to this. Been looking forward to this for a while.
Smash, what I might actually have to ask you to do, I don't know how easy it will or won't be, but you might have to mute yourself until you're ready to talk and then unmute yourself just because the feedback was kind of bad there for a minute. So here's what we're going to do. Let's just kind of lay the foundation of exactly where we are with each and every team that's going to be in this draft and each and every owner. So we're going to go through the teams real quick. We've got the Patriots. They're one of the best teams. They're your team, Rob. Now, this roster in Madden 19 was not the best, but yet here you are, 13-3, I think was your record. You're got the number 1 seed in the AFC, and you've set yourself up for a nice little OMFL Bowl run here in season 85. But tell me kind of the pros and the cons. Why'd you decide to enter your name and enter your team into the draft?
I hate the Patriots in real life, so that made it kind of easy for me. But, I mean, it's a good roster. The EA always blesses the Patriots some way or another, like the Cowboys. But I kind of just wanted to play in a new division. Nothing against the guys in the East, but I kind of like to do a little something different. So thought this was a great opportunity to do that. So
that's Rob's nice way of saying that he's tired of dominating you guys. He needs to go somewhere else for the competition.
I did not have a good record before this season, so I wouldn't go that far just yet. But
let me give a shout out to my buddy 00. He's on the stream here. He's been learning Photoshop, and he put these graphics together, so we want to make sure that we use them. Also, Maniac, who couldn't be with us tonight, he is also the one who made the owner graphics that you'll see here in just a few minutes. So we appreciate both those guys for using their skills. And then Rob's the one who helped me figure out exactly all of the winning percentages and how we should do this. So I appreciate all 3 of them helping me out here. The next team that kind of put their team up was the Tennessee Titans. Now, we didn't really talk about the Patriots. I'll let you talk about them. That's going to be a team that has an X-Factor quarterback in Brady, a pretty good offensive line, some good running backs. That'll be a fun team. They're going to be an older team. Of course, you're going to have to get that quarterback situation figured out pretty quickly. But overall, that'll be a fun team to have in Madden 20. Now, the Tennessee Titans are another very young and upcoming team. I don't know how good or bad Mariota will be. He will probably have abilities, probably not. I don't think he's an X factor, but you have Derrick Henry there. You have a defense that's up and coming and it has some playmakers. The Tennessee Titans could be a really good team. Smash, what do you think about the Tennessee Titans being in this draft? Did we lose Smash?
Uh,
All right, Smash. I'm gonna get you on the next one. I hope
There
that
he
you're
is.
around.
Yeah,
Oh, there you are.
I'm here. Yeah, let me. That was one of the teams I myself would trade for. I mean, I like the offensive line. You starting off, you got 5 offensive linemen. You need 5 offensive linemen. I think they got 2 or 3 good offensive linemen, and set you up. You got Derrick Henry. Then who's the little back that used to play for the Patriots? What's his name? I can't think of his
White.
name.
y-
White.
that's it.
Yeah.
Right. And so you got a thunder and lightning backfield starting off already with them, and then what they're gonna do with Mariota. I don't like running quarterbacks. I can't play with a running quarterback.
Yeah,
Defense,
I think it in Madden 20 though that may change a little bit. Now I know it doesn't always fit people's style. I've always been a guy that likes to have a running quarterback, and I haven't had one in quite some time. But Madden 20, man, that's really going to open some of that up.
Yeah, isn't Trubisky
and
like 86 speed or something like that?
Mitch?
Yeah,
No, is he? I
I
don't
think
think so.
I'm pretty sure
A notch
he's got
below. I
some
think
nice
he's like in the
physicals.
mid 80s,
Yeah,
84.
he'll be a dual threat though, especially in Madden 20.
Yeah. I mean, I just had the game against Nate Stenham. He was supposed to be 80 speed with 83 acceleration. I ran with him one time, but like he was in the mud.
Well, it won't be that in Madden 20. Let's talk about the next team up, and that's the Buffalo Bills. Now, that is a very young and up-and-coming team. They're going to have a great defense. You've got a quarterback that you can really build around. It's going to have a strong arm, and you're going to have some playmakers on that offense. What are your thoughts, Rob, about the Buffalo Bills being in this draft?
Yeah, they were actually very high on my list. I don't remember if I had them 1, 2, or 3, but they were somewhere up there. They've got a lot of really good pieces to build around. Ed Oliver is, I think, like the second highest rated rookie of the last class. They've got Josh Allen with his 99 throw power. If you can just figure out where the ball is going to go, then he's a guy you can run with in Madden 20. But they've got a lot of young pieces. They still got a lot of holes. The offensive line is awful, but if you can put together 1 or 2 good drafts in Madden 20 with that Buffalo Bills team, that's a really, really good team.
Let's move over to the Carolina Panthers. They're next up on our list. Now, that's a team that definitely has a playmaking X factor quarterback. You have an aging defense, but still a defense with some playmakers, a young stud running back, some young receivers that in Madden you should be able to build around. Smash, what are your thoughts about the Panthers?
Well, I didn't get a chance to talk about the Bills, so I just want to
Oh,
put my
we're
little.
just we're hop. I'm trading back and forth.
Okay.
I'm letting you do one, him do one.
Okay.
But give some thoughts about the Bills if you want to.
Okay, well, the Bills, that was one of the teams I like. I mean, if I had the Bills, they drafted a quarterback out of Buffalo. 87.
Yeah, he's going to be really good. I forget his name.
Tyree Jackson.
Tyree Jackson, that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to move on to that was one of the trees. Supposed to be a 3-way trade between me, Outlaw, and Rob. Patriots, Patriots, Texans, and Outlaw to wind up with his Bills, but he decided to jump ship.
Well, you two both went back and forth on that like 4 different times.
I don't want to let any spoilers out, but he's still trying to get the Bills.
But why would anybody enter the draft if you're just gonna try to pick your same team?
Nah, he's Outlaw.
That's our buddy. I'm gonna move on to the Panthers. Sorry for that. The Panthers, once again, you got a running quarterback, and I'm not too sure what they did in the draft. I know they did get another running back, and what else did they get?
They didn't have a ton.
They got like Devin Singletary, who's going to be a fullback basically.
The guy out of Florida too, Brian Burns. He's supposed to be. I was reading Shopmasters or somebody's online was doing previews. Brian Burns is supposed to be a 88 speed linebacker.
Yeah, he's a stud.
He's a stud. But right there, you already got 2 other linebackers in Shaq Thompson and, of course, probably the number 1 linebacker in the game, Luke Kuechly. So on the defensive side, your front 7 is not too bad. Now, I don't know on the back end with the Panthers. I think you probably will have to draft a couple of. Wait a minute, hey Nate, do you know Dante Jackson out of LSU?
Yeah, he's a really good player. He's a fast
they
cornerback. Yep, they drafted him
right.
last year.
They drafted him last year. I think he has 95 speed. I think he got 2 off Bradbury, so secondary good. Defensive wise, you good. Now, problem with them probably with wide receivers, maybe.
All right, let's talk about the next team. Let's go to the Cardinals. I'm gonna hold you guys to like 30 seconds here. This is gonna be a 4-hour broadcast, and we didn't even get to the players just yet. But the Cardinals are the next team that are on our list. Now, you got a team with a young quarterback, some young pieces, a really good, at least in the beta. David Johnson was a freaking monster. Like, I played one game with this team. Ooh, Smash, you got to mute. That feedback is terrible.
Okay.
Oh, it sounds like somebody sawing into your house. It's very, very loud.
I was trying to think of how to word that, but I think that's a good
probably
one.
my doggone probably these old headphones, I guess.
Oh, there they go. Okay. Poor Smash. He's trying. He wants to. Oh, that's back.
And
Smash, you got to mute yourself. Uh-oh.
Sounds like he's like in a tunnel.
I know. It's loud, too. All right. You got the Arizona Cardinals. Rob, give us your thoughts on what you think the Arizona Cardinals will be like in Madden 20.
I think they've got the best rookie class. There's not a whole lot else in that roster, but overall, they got it. I mean, Kyler Murray, Byron Murphy, Hakeem Butler, Andy Isabella, who ran like a 4.3 at wide receiver, Deontay Thompson, the guy from Boston College, Zach Allen. They drafted probably the best, at least Madden rookie set. So that's a really good roster to run with.
Yeah,
it's going to be a project, but.
No, I totally agree with you. I played with this team one game in the beta against Maniac and immediately fell in love with them. They've got some players. Next up on our list is the 49ers. Smash, are you back with us? You think you got the feedback issues maybe figured out?
I'm back.
Talk about the 49ers. What do you think the 49ers are going to be like? A young, upcoming team that has been kind of a team everyone's wanted the last few Maddens, kind of cooled off this Madden, but what do you think they'll be like?
I don't think they're going to be one of the teams anybody wants this Madden. Personally, am I in? I'm out. I'm at the drop. Hello?
No, we're listening to you.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man, because that was one of the teams I was looking at myself, but they got Alexander from the Bucks. I don't know if that was a trade or that they signed him. Foster.
I don't know.
Foster?
Yeah, they signed him.
They signed him. So defensive-wise, they got probably the second best defensive player, Nick Bosa. And my only thing about that is, you know who you're gonna be playing every year, right?
Yeah, you're gonna be playing at least one mode.
You're gonna be playing one mode, and then you got a tough hombre and Bill.
Yep.
So,
no, it's going to be a tough team. I do think it's going to be a young team that has a whole lot of potential there. Next up, I'm going to throw this one over to you, Rob. The Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they're kind of a team that has some hits and misses all over the field. Super Bowl winning team 2 years ago. You've got a playmaking quarterback that has some X factor to him. What do you think about the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. With hits and misses, it's a good roster. It's a roster that you can run with on day one, but you're going to have some challenges if you're going to sustain success with that roster, just because Jason Peters at this point is like 45 years old. And there's a lot of older impact players in that team. So you can run with it years 1 and 2, but you're going to have to figure out some ways to plug those holes as the years start to go by.
Yep, it should be a fun team, though, but a team that you're going to have to figure some things out. I don't know what happened all of a sudden, but I started getting feedback on your mic now, Rob. I don't know why the technical bugs are coming out to haunt us. 2 more teams, and then we're going to talk about the players, and we'll get to the draft, which is why everybody's here. Let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the second to last team. Now, this is a team that has some potential, right? There's a lot of potential on this team. We haven't seen that potential really since the days where Maniac had them. Bloop didn't have a lot of time with that team. I think Bloop had him for a little bit. And then Crazy took over this team and did the best that he could, has improved his record with them, but really a team that has a lot of potential. You've got Devin White over there. Winston can still play. I mean, you got Evans at receiver. Just a lot of really good pieces there. Smash, what do you think about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
smash.
Did I lose you, Smash?
I can take this
There he
one,
is.
but there he
No,
is.
I muted myself. I thought that was me doing it for feedback. But like I said, the Buccaneers, you got fans. They got their favorite guy on there. I think he has like 90 plus speed, if I'm not sure. Devin White.
Yep,
You
that's
got
him.
Bestwick. So you got a trio of linebackers. I don't know about Forrest cornerbacks, secondary wise, but other than that, you're also gonna have to find yourself a new playbook because they got Bruce Arians as coach.
Yeah, it's terrible. But a custom playbook
Going through
will
the
fix that.
playbooks in beta, I wouldn't mind having that team myself. You got Jameis Winston. As far as Madden goes, he's a good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for whatever reason, just every year they draft amazing guys in Madden that just suck in real life.
I will gladly take you, Smash, over in the NFC South, especially after that last playoff game that we just had. Let's talk about our last team. Shots fired across Smash's brow. But let's talk about the last team, Rob. I'm going to throw this one to you, the Minnesota Vikings. Now, here's a team that has gotten older, and I think will be one of those teams that, 2 Maddens ago was a young, up-and-coming team that everybody wanted, but has gotten a little bit older, definitely has still some playmaking pieces. But what do you think about the Minnesota Vikings?
Yeah, that's a good way. They're kind of in the same boat as the Eagles. You've got impact players that are older, but they had, in my opinion, they had a good draft. They had Herb Smith Jr. out of Bama, Garrett Bradbury, the center from NC State, drafted a couple other guys, but that's another roster where you're gonna have to draft well in years 1 and 2 to be able to sustain long-term success with them. But again, if the NFC North is anything like it was this cycle, you don't need much.
No, I agree with you. Let me run through. I'm just going to do these myself.
Ooh.
And there's Smash.
And we're going to run through the owners that are in this. Mr. Rob, who you hear here on the broadcast. I don't know why your mic started crapping out on you. It was fine just a few minutes ago. But Rob has been one of just the key pieces that have been added to our league in Madden 19. And, yeah, I hope that you're here for a very long time because you've been a really key piece. And I have appreciated everything that you've added to our league and to our community. You are winning with a Patriots team, though, that most people would not be able to win with. And so that's really saying something. And I'm excited to kind of see exactly what team that you'll get because I think that with the right roster, you will be a powerhouse in either the NFC or the AFC, whichever way you decide to go. The next team up is Savante. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
I was going to say, I appreciate it. I kind of want to end up in one of the divisions with one of the big fish. That was kind of on my list. I wanted to end up in Mo's division or D Money or D Wayne. I want to. Oh, that's where I want to end up. I want to give one of them a run for their money.
And D Wayne is watching the broadcast, so he'll probably have something to say to that. Next up is Savante. He's been running with the Eagles. I think the Eagles may be his favorite team. I could be totally wrong with that, but Savante struggled. He built a really good defense this year, but has really struggled with trying to find his footing here in the OMFL. I think Madden 20 will play into his skill set better, though. Next up is one of my favorite guys, Crazy B-Man. Crazy's just one of my favorite owners here. He's been here for a long time now, struggled with the Rams, came over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and has played much, much better. I think another guy who Madden 20 will fit much better than Madden 19 did, and I expect big things from Crazy, and I do hope he gets a roster that he has some pieces that he can work with. He's not a guy who trades a lot. He really stays the course and just kind of runs his team, so I hope that he doesn't have to get a project and instead can get a team that really fits his style. Next up is my buddy, the longest tenured owner in the OMFL, almost 20 years. He's been here just as long as the OMFL has been, 00. He and I actually got to meet a couple years ago over in Detroit when I was there for work. He lives there. 00 helped create some of the graphics that you see here. He's just one of my longtime buddies. He's been running the Lions are his team, but I think he wants to mix it up a little bit, so he gave the Lions up to Tim. We'll see how this kind of plays out, but look, I'm hoping 00 gets a team that he's happy with because an unhappy 00 is not a good 00. Next up is our buddy Koolie. Koolie is my PUBG buddy. He plays a ton of PUBG with us. He's from the TFL. I'm hoping, I mean, he says he can. I'm hoping that the TFL is he and Bloop's #1 thing. Of course, it's their league. Yeah, I don't know if Koolie's actually the co-commish, but he's a big, player there and is on the board. And I'm hoping they stay engaged for Madden 20. That's my hope, because he is, like Bloop, who we'll get to in a minute, a big part of the OMFL now. He's got always a snide comment that he'll throw at somebody, and he has played exceptionally well. I know that this year has been a struggle with the 49ers, but he has played really good, and he is a top player, can be a top 15 player, probably a top 10 player in this league with the right team. Next up is a guy that definitely is the top 10, arguably the top 5, Mo, and his, who do you have? Oh, the Cardinals. That's right. He's had the Cardinals. He put the Cardinals in this draft. He's also been the Jets. He's won a Super Bowl with the Jets, or at least been in the Super Bowl with the Jets. I think maybe he played Dwayne. I don't know if he won one. But Mo is a top 5 player in this league. And again, I'm just hoping that Mo can stay engaged, because an engaged Mo will really, really help. Next is going to be Big Hurt. Mr. Big Hurt has been all the teams. I think he's had just about every team here. He's not on the broadcast tonight, but he did send me his list. Big Hurt is another guy that I want to be engaged here, because when he is engaged, he's a top 8, top 5 player. When he's not engaged, he's a, the bottom 10 player, right? And it just because of his engagement level. I know work plays a lot into that, but I'm hoping that he can stay engaged. Last, or second to last, is Mr. Bloop, of course, the commissioner of the TFL. Go check out the TFL if you haven't. Follow them on Twitter. They're one of our leagues here in the Grown Folks Online community. We're blessed to have them. Bloop has been a great addition to the OMFL. He really was itching and scratching to get there, and I was glad that we were able to get him a team. And again, a guy that I'm not quite sure, he's definitely not the 8-8 style team that he was this year. He probably is a top 12 type of player in this league. Does he find the team? Does he get the team that fits his style? I can't tell you what style that is. Of course, Bloop would not hesitate to tell you what style that is, but because he is not short of words. But Mr. Bloop, I just want him to get a team that he knows fits his style. And then our last guy, Mr. Outlaw, the late entry to this draft. He came in late last night, but Outlaw had a deal to get his team back, and then he put this, I don't know, it's all over the place. So Smash has his favorite team. Of course, the Bears are Smash's favorite team, if I have that right. But Outlaw had to leave the league a couple of years ago, and when he came back, Smash already had them, and so he's been playing with the Buffalo Bills, and he's been struggling. And hopefully he, too, would be able to get a team that fits his style. So we've kind of laid the groundwork now. We've done a lot of talking. Let me fix this real quick. Get this chat to where people can actually read it. Bloop says I talk a lot. You do talk a lot, but sometimes it's not happy talk all the time. But we got the chat. Guys are active in the chat. Why are all my chats small? I don't know why all the chats have been small. They shouldn't be small. That's what she said. But we got the chats up. People are in there. They're ready. Let's talk about it. This is why we are here. We did this a couple hours ago. You've seen the percentages. Let me see if I can pull those up really fast. I will tell you them right here. Sav has 21% to get the first pick. He got 21 balls in this one. Crazy's got 19%. He's got 19 balls. You'll catch on here. Outlaw's got 17%. Koolie 13%. 00 10%. Bloop 8%. Rob 6%. Hurt 4%. And Mo 2%. The lower the percentage means they higher the winning percentage that they had. And so they got less of a chance to get the #1 pick. And so we're here. So let's go ahead and roll through these and figure out the picks. And then we'll start announcing what teams that those guys want, because we also have that ready. Matter of fact, let me go ahead really quick. And before we announce this, let me go ahead. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's going to be the wrong thing. 1 second. Technical difficulties abound. I actually had it open and I accidentally closed it. Here we go. All right, pick number 9. Actually, no, we can't start there. I guess we will do. We'll go pick 9 all the way up, and then we'll announce the teams that each of them get. So with pick number 9 in the season 86 OMFL team draft, you got Big Hurt. So Big Hurt is going to get the last pick of this draft. He'll get the last team that is standing. Sorry about that, Big Hurt. You did in the test. Big Hurt actually had the #1 pick.
Yeah,
so
he was #1.
It goes to show you how this lotto system goes. With pick number 8, We got Mo. Mo had the least percentage to get the last pick, or get the first pick, the most percentage to get the last pick. He comes in at pick number 8. Pick number 7. Koolie. Coolie's going to come in at pick number 7. He already told me if he gets the Philadelphia Eagles that he will be quitting the league. So, Dawson, if you are listening, I will have you a team open because I know that you're ready to get back in the OMFL. Pick number 6, Savante, the guy who had the greatest chance for pick number 1. So, this is going to completely mess up this draft. Now, you don't know who's going to get that number 1 pick. Savante is going to come in at pick number 6. I actually feel really bad for him because I wanted him to get his number 1 pick.
Don't feel bad. He can pick the Vikings and come to the NFC North.
He could. Pick number 5. He might get the Eagles because nobody seems to want them. Pick number 5. You got Rob. There you are, Rob. You're going to come at pick number 5, almost right smack there in the middle. You had 6% for that number 1 pick, and so you got into the upper half. That's pretty good for only 6%. Pick number 4. Bloop with his 8%, and so that's leaving me some pretty high percentages here for these top 3 picks. Bloop, you're coming in at number 4.
So who else left now?
That's going to leave Outlaw. That's going to leave 00, and who am I missing?
There's one more.
Outlaw, 00. Oh, I'm going to have to go pull it up. Outlaw, Crazy B-Man. So Outlaw, 00, and Crazy B-Man. Make your predictions real quick right now. Who do you think's got it?
Outlaw.
Outlaw's got it? Crazy. All right, pick number 3. You got Outlaw who had 17%, so that's going to leave 00 and Crazy for pick 1 and 2. And let's find it out right now. Pick number 2. 00 with 10%. He's got pick number 2. And Crazy B-Man with 19% to get the number 1 pick. He'll have the number 1 pick in the season 86 OMFL team draft. So Crazy, 00, Outlaw, Bloop, Rob, Savante, Koolie, Mo, and Big Hurt. Now it's time to go ahead and do the team draft, and this is how we're going to do it. We're going to go ahead and come to this one. We're going to put up Mr. Crazy B-Man. So Crazy B-Man is going to have the first pick of this OMFL 86 draft, and what I did is I asked the guys to go through and just send me a list listing them off in order of how they would want them. And Crazy B-Man picked
Titans.
What's not the Cardinals?
That's my guess.
the Minnesota Vikings. Crazy B-Man with the Minnesota Vikings. So he's going to be taking over a pretty good team that he can make a run with to start this season off with.
All right,
I get 2 free wins.
Oh, there it is. So what do we think about the Vikings going over to Crazy B-Man?
He better win early. That's the only thing I can say. Because the team is already set for a run.
I did not expect that. I thought it would be something like the Titans or Cardinals, but hey, more power to him. That'll hopefully.
He wasn't going back to the NFC West.
Yeah, good point. But still, I just didn't think that. I thought the Vikings would go like 6, 7, 8. So
I thought the Vikings would be like the last or second to last team.
Give me one.
Yeah, that shakes things up.
Give me one strength of this team and one weakness each.
Go ahead, Rob.
Well, the weakness is too easy. Just behind center, you got Kirk Cousins. But Smash, you want to take the strength?
Well, the strength is going to be probably their defense.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
From the 7 to the back.
Yeah, they're going to have a really, really good team. So the Minnesota Vikings are going to be off the board with Mr. Crazy B-Man. Let me see if I can go ahead and actually see if I can remove some of these so I don't start getting them super confused and start confusing myself. The next up on the list is, it's going to be 00. That's right. So let's get 00 up here. Who do we think 00 went with?
I have absolutely no idea.
Cardinals.
Every time I open my inbox from him, it's something I just did not expect. So this is going to be completely out of left field.
So with the second pick in the OMFL Season 86 team draft, 00 drafts the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh.
What's our feedback with the San Francisco 49ers and 00 going and willfully throwing himself, and that was actually his number 1 pick, so he gets the team that he wanted, but he's willfully putting himself in the toughest division in the OMFL.
Hey,
Well, I'm gonna go with the weakness with the 49ers. I think it's probably gonna be a wide receiver. He's gonna need some playmakers.
well, he doesn't pass the ball, so.
What's the strength? What do you think the strength of this team is?
Their defensive line. They've drafted D-line for like the last 5 years, and they got Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, DeForest Buckner, and they signed Quan Alexander to like $100 million. Their defense is legit. They just got to figure out a way to get some offense going.
Well, there you have it. 00 taking the 49ers. Let's go ahead and get him cleared out of here and get down to our next pick. Get them all cleared out. Next up, with the number 3 pick, is going to be Outlaw. Now, Outlaw is another one that I wasn't 100% sure who he was going to go with, but after I seen it, it kind of made sense to me. Who do you guys think Outlaw is going to take here?
The Bills. The Cardinals. I say the Cardinals.
This is another one where it's probably going to be completely out of left field. I'm going to go Titans.
Well, with the 3rd pick in the OMFL Season 86 team draft, Outlaw selects the Buffalo Bills. What do we think about this team? Of course, he wanted to keep this team because he kind of has a deal worked out. So he feels, and he actually said 1 through 5 was the Buffalo Bills. Can you please rig it? We did not rig it, but also Buffalo Bills were towards the end of almost everyone's list. What do we think about pros and cons of this team? One strength, one weakness.
And the weakness is probably going to be no pass rush. I mean, you do have one, but
his O-line is going to be an issue. But he's got a lot of young pieces to work with. So, and he's
they got a young
GM.
offensive line. That's all I wanted to say. I didn't mean to walk over you, but the offensive line, that's what they tallied in most draft circles. You got Dawkins. They drafted Cody Ford and signed a couple of pieces.
Well, they've just got nothing beyond that. That's the thing. It's like the Texans. Like, you can spend your first 2 or 3 picks on O-line, but when you have 5 positions to replace, you still got work to do.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to have some work to do, but if I'm completely honest, I don't think that he's going to hold on to that team. I think that he will get rid of that team before we actually move into Season 86. Next up is going to be our buddy Bloop. Who do we think Bloop's going to go with here?
Patriots.
Cardinals.
All right, we got a Patriots and Cardinals. So a little bit of both sides of the coin there, like either a team that wins now or a team that you're building. With the 4th pick in the Season 86 OMFL team draft, Bloop takes the New England Patriots.
And there it is.
What do we think about this one with Bloop? Does it fit his style?
I'm just confused why they're even entering the draft if they're putting the teams they already have.
I think they entered the draft so we could have a couple of guys. I talked to Outlaw last night, and he said he did it just for the league.
But I know Bloop is a Patriot fan, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? He's able to get his favorite team. Pros and cons. What do you think the strength of this team is?
Brady.
They're just a solid team. They don't have like the superstars beyond Tom Brady that are super young that he can work with, but they have a great young O-line that you can. I mean, I think my O-line now here in the 2023 season is largely a lot of the same guys that I had or that were on the roster from day one. So it's a lot of guys you can run with from day one and you just plug and forget about it.
Where's he going to have to do some work?
Quarterback. Yeah, quarterback and pass rush. You have no pass rushers on this team.
Yeah, he'll have to. Tom Brady will inevitably retire after season 1, as is tradition, and but if that's the only thing he has to worry about, then that's a great team.
All right, we're getting towards the middle here at pick. I think we're at pick number 5, and that's going to be you, Mr. Rob. Do you remember your list, or do I need to go ahead?
Okay. I know who's number 1.
Well, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you go ahead and make your selection.
Let me guess. You're taking the Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
The Arizona Cardinals. There we go. The reaction here doesn't surprise me. This is going to make for one hell of a division now. This is Double Zero has me a little bit worried. I hope that he can figure this out because he is up for one hell. I mean, look, 3 of the top 5 players arguably could be found in that one. At least you could say 3 of the top 10 players in that one division. Look, the strength of this team is going to be the running back and the quarterback and the defense. Like, the defense has some playmakers that are very underrated. I like this team a lot. I think Rob will win with this team. He will push both. Look, we don't know who Mo's going to get here, but he will push these other teams in whatever direction. He's going to push for a division title. This is going to be fun to watch. What do you think of pro and con for this team is, Smash, before we let Rob talk about his team?
Really, I think it's probably going to be the O-line, basically. The O-line is the worst O-line in the league.
Yep.
Well, Rob, tell us why you picked this team. Why do you want this team?
I went to OU, and it just makes sense. I love watching Kyler. I don't really run a ton with quarterbacks, but I'm going to have to make some adjustments to make that happen just because 91 speed under center is just insane. But I think the weaknesses are both sides of the line. They've got a real patchwork O-line and a D-line with a lot of guys that are good, not great. So we'll see what happens.
All right, that's going to bring us up to pick number 6 and Mr. Savante. Who do we think Savante is aiming for here?
Panthers. I'm going to say the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to – well –
or the Buccaneers.
Who do we have left? We got
Panthers, Bucks, Titans, Eagles.
Okay, Titans have to go.
So we got Titans and Carolina. So with the 6th pick in the OMFL 86 team draft, Savante takes the Carolina Panthers. He's coming over to the NFC South, boys. Move over. Savante is coming to take over Cam Newton. What do we think about our initial reactions? There's a team that struggled. He hasn't had a lot of wins, but now he's getting a mobile quarterback, an X-Factor quarterback. He's got some young playmakers over there. He built a good defense in Philly, and that was keeping him in a lot of games. He's going to have a pretty good defense to start off with.
Well, I only speak facts, Nate. As you know, I do not talk trash. I'm just going to say this. He did struggle in the NFC East. The
NFC South is better.
Not this much.
I'm just going to finish that sentence for you.
Thank you. That's all I have to say on that.
Rob, what do you think about this one?
I hope he's going to put in some work in the off season because the NFC South is I don't know who's going to take the Bucks, but UND money, that's a lot to compete with.
Well, Savante definitely has his work cut out for him. That's going to bring up all of our good friend, Mr. Koolie G, and that's going to leave him with the Bucks, the Eagles, and the Titans. We can go ahead and take the Eagles off that list because he said he would quit if he was stuck with the Eagles. Who do we think Koolie G, if I can spit it out, who do we think he's going to take?
I'm going to keep doubling down on the Titans until someone takes them. So,
who'd you say, Smash?
Bucks, Buccaneers.
So you're one's taking the Bucks, one's taking the Titans, and with the 6th pick. Oh no, don't do that. Hold on, not 6th, 7th pick. Sorry, I hit the wrong button, and I think let me close that. Sorry, I almost crapped out my computer there. With the 7th pick in the season 86 OMFL team draft, Koolie G is taking his talents to the NFC South and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do we think about this, guys?
Savante is the biggest loser from this.
You're gonna have some competition over there with he's FPR. I mean, the last game I played with him, it felt good, like a game that we used to play. I used to play with him and Bloop in a league called S Crew. I mean, that was a league where whether I won or lost, I just felt good about playing. And the last time I played him, I had that feeling again.
Yeah, that's actually what the TFL is now. It used to be that league. It used to be called whatever that league was called, but now it's the TFL. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely FPR. But what do we think, Rob, is a strength of this team?
They've got a lot of speed on both sides of the ball, really. Devin White is just a freak. 92 speed or whatever at linebacker is just insane. And like I said earlier, I think for whatever reason they just draft the best Madden rookies every year. Like Jameis Winston was like a star for Madden 16, 17, 18, even though he did absolutely nothing.
He was top quarterback here in the OMFL. Smash,
Yeah,
what do you think is their greatest weakness?
Greatest weakness probably is going to be, I don't know, with Bloop, with them. You know, I can't say because they loaded up on that defense. Probably
I'd go pass
say
rush.
they just got. I would say Evans. If Evans goes down, he's in trouble. You know, I can't see a weakness on this team. I mean, you got a good user in Bloop. In Atlanta, some headaches.
I think I accidentally cut you off, Rob. What were you going to finish your thoughts on the Tennessee? I mean, the Bucks, Tampa Bay. There's the word I'm looking for.
The only real weakness I see is the pass rush. Everything else is and the secondary. The secondary is a lot of raw guys, but he's got the guys there to succeed. They drafted a kid out of Auburn, Jamal Dean, who another one of like what sucks in real life, but he has 94 speed at cornerback, and you can make something out of that. You can plug him back there and develop him, but pass rush is really the only thing that I really would say is a weakness for that team.
All right, with the second to last pick, the number 8 pick in the OMFL Season 86 draft, we got Mo. Who do we think Mo's going here? We got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tennessee Titans.
Titans. I like I said earlier, I'm going to keep doubling down until someone actually takes them.
With the 8th pick in the Season 86 OMFL team draft, Mo takes Philadelphia Eagles. So he's getting a team that is built to win. This is a guy that is getting a team that's ready to go. Now, he's going to have some cap things he's got to figure out here, but it is not like the Arizona Cardinals that he had to build up. He's getting a team that's ready to go. What do you think Mo's going to do with this team? Give me a strength and a weakness.
I think Mo's going to win the division.
Yeah, every year.
Every year.
Unless Massimo comes back from Cloud 9, but
I still get an edge with Mo. That team is ready to win. Now you got to go ahead and win, and then you got the user that can win with him. Only thing he probably has to do is probably reload on that old line.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the defensive, some fast linebackers, and secondary is okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You're like Mo. Good luck in the NFC East.
Yeah, I think Pepper's head just exploded as Bill just said over in the chat. So that's going to lead us to our last pick, and we already know who it's going to be. It's going to be Big Hurt, and he is getting the Tennessee Titans. Big Hurt had the Tennessee Titans as I feel bad about this, but they were his last team that he wanted.
I am really surprised that no one took them.
Yeah,
they were number 2 on my list.
They were towards the bottom of a lot of lists, and they were dead last on Big Hurt's list. He's going back. Where's he at now? Who's he got now?
I'm sure someone will trade.
He's got the test. That's right. I'm sure somebody will definitely trade with him. I do think that
that's a good team. I'm really surprised that no one took them.
I agree with you. I think there's a lot of potential there, and people are going to like that quarterback. That quarterback will be able to win. And so, yeah, we got Big Hurt keeping his Tennessee Titans, Outlaw keeping his Bills, but everybody else moved around a little bit, and that's going to bring us
keeping the Patriots. So
no, Bloop was not with the Patriots.
He was going to trade.
Trade. Yeah, I traded with him because he said that he wanted them.
Well, there you go.
And yeah, here we are.
I had no clue that you guys had already. I don't know why my chats keep messing up. I apologize, guys. I'm looking all crazy. Yeah, so it looks like he's going to be able to keep his Patriots anyway. And yeah, we've had a good group. This was fun. This was supposed to be a 20-minute podcast turned into a 50-minute podcast. But give me some closing thoughts from each of you after doing our first ever OMFL team draft. Did we like it? Did we hate it? We think it added some excitement. It definitely got some people talking.
And I like it. I wish more teams were involved. I include myself, and maybe next year, I can enter it because I think this Madden is different, and I got a team that's good, and I want to see how this Madden plays out. And maybe in Madden 21, I will, if I'm still around, enter the draft. Maybe you should just make it mandatory. Who knows? But I mean, make it mandatory. If you're not involved in the league, then you have to enter the draft.
I won't go that far, but I think it was a big success. It's cool. There's not really another forum for people to do it this way unless someone leaves, and then you have like the merry-go-round of teams like you had whenever Gavazzo left.
Yeah, which can be frustrating, especially when you're trying to fill a team and get going. I thought it was fun. I don't know that I'd ever make it mandatory for everybody. I don't know. I'm not saying that we would.
I think more people will do it next time. I think there are a lot of people that kind of like dip their toe in the pool, feel it out.
I agree with you. Well, let me wrap it up real quick. So what's going to happen here is we are going I love this website, by the way. It's a perfect website. It worked out perfect for us. But what's going to happen is we're in the wild card round of the playoffs. We're going to advance through the playoffs. After the playoffs are over, the awards will wrap up. The Hall of Fame awards show will come out with the Hall of Fame and all that fun stuff that we do. Maniac's going to start releasing his coach's top 20. And then what we're going to do is we're going to advance it all the way to the draft. We're not going to worry about re-signs or anything. We're just going to get that thing all the way to the draft after the Super Bowl is over with. And we're going to stay there as a pause draft for 3 rounds. If you don't want to draft, you'll just tell us that you want to skip the pick. We'll just skip your pick. After the 3 rounds are over, we'll give everybody like 48 hours or so, 72 hours, somewhere in there, to pick your import. We'll make videos of everybody, and then we'll all go burn this game and get ready for Madden 20 because I know everybody's itching to get into Madden 20. Let me tell you a little bit about where you can find us. Follow us on Twitter and Grown Folks OC. We'd love to get some support from you and get you to give us a follow. Of course, our website, grownfolksoc.com. There you can see all of our partners that help us do what we do, from E-Kings to our good buddies Soden Bowl, League Crawler, Daddy Leagues, Overtime Heroics. And then we have some new ones that we will be announcing here very, very soon. And then finally, you can find us on YouTube, which you're here already. You can find us on Twitch, Grown Folks OC, and on the next Press Pass. There we go. Use your words, Nate. On the next Press Pass Live, we will start to announce it on Tuesday. We can't do it just yet, but on Tuesday, we will begin to announce the special guests that we will have. A pretty big guest, an important guest, a guest that everybody will want to listen to. So that will be starting to announce on Tuesday. That will be revealed on Tuesday. And then on the next Press Pass Live, we're going to reveal some new information about the OMFL 2. It's going to have a brand new name. It's going to have a brand new logo, colors, kind of a brand new reveal. We're going to reveal some of that stuff on the next Press Pass Live. This past one, we announced that Maniac is going to be taken back over for Chaotic, who did a really, really great job. I think this was a success. Smash, Rob, thank you both so much for joining me and for being on tonight. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this puppy up. Thanks, everybody who was on the YouTube chat. We appreciate it. Make sure you like, leave some comments. All those things go a long way whenever we're getting eyes on our products. We appreciate it. This was a ton of fun.
Can I add something right quick?
Yeah, please.
Can I add something right? I guess D. Wayne was the boogeyman and not Mo, if you get what I'm saying.
I'm totally lost.
Well, being scared to take the Titans.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, I guess he was the boogeyman.
D. Wayne, nobody wants to go play with D. Wayne, but everybody's jumping in there to go play with, Mo and all those other guys over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all. I mean, the NFC South had people jumping to it.
Yeah, it's funny how it goes. Well, guys, thank you again so much. I appreciate it. Everybody on the podcast, thanks for watching. Have a blessed week. Make sure you go check out Press Pass Live. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Out.